In the top stories, JNF General Hospital welcomes its first cardiologist, marking a major expansion of heart care services. Venezuela has declared a state of emergency after 2 deadly earthquakes, and President Donald Trump has delayed signing a bipartisan housing bill. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Today's Thursday, the 25th of June 2026. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, patients in St. Kitts and Nevis will soon have access to a range of specialized heart care services following the arrival of the Federation's first interventional cardiologist. This morning, Minister of Health, Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, announced that Cuban cardiologist Dr. Angel Luis Oliveira has officially taken up duties at the Joseph N. France General Hospital. According to the Ministry of Health, Dr. Oliveira brings 4 decades of experience to the role and has been tasked with establishing a comprehensive cardiology service at the hospital. Over the coming weeks, patients are expected to gain access to services including outpatient cardiology clinics, inpatient cardiology care, and pacemaker insertions. The specialist will also advise the ministry on the requirements for a future cardiac catheterization lab, a key step in expanding advanced heart care in the Federation. His responsibilities will also include providing specialized training to doctors and nurses and helping to develop standardized protocols for the emergency treatment of cardiac patients. Health officials say the appointment forms part of a wider effort to expand specialist medical services and improve the management of chronic non-communicable diseases. Dr. Oliveira joins a growing team of specialists recently recruited to the public health system, including experts in vascular surgery, endocrinology, intensive care, nephrology, neurology, emergency medicine, and urology. The District 2 Volunteer Emergency Team took an innovative approach to hurricane preparedness on Wednesday, hosting a spa day for members of the disabled community at the NEMA headquarters. The event combined hurricane preparedness education with personal wellness, giving participants the opportunity to receive important safety information in a relaxed and welcoming environment. Organizers said the initiative was designed to encourage members of the disabled community to prepare for the hurricane season while promoting inclusion and community engagement. Spa services were provided by the cosmetology unit of the Advanced Vocational Education Center and included manicures, pedicures, hairstyling, and hair trimming. Organizers say the services helped create a welcoming atmosphere while encouraging participation in the preparedness activities. The St. Kitts and Nevis Citizenship by Investment Unit has donated $4,500 to the Cotton Thomas Comprehensive School following a charity auction held during the Investment Gateway Summit. The funds were raised through the auction of an original piece of art created live during the opening 2 days of the summit by local artist Liska Bass. Delegates, investors, and business partners placed bids throughout the event, with Prime Development submitting the winning offer. The total was boosted by an additional $1,000 donation from another supporter who also bid for the artwork. The Cotton Thomas Comprehensive School was selected for its work with differently abled students and its commitment to providing specialized educational support. Officials say the initiative forms part of efforts to ensure that benefits generated through the Citizenship by Investment program also support local communities and educational development. Moving now to news on the regional scene. Venezuela is under a state of emergency after 2 powerful earthquakes struck the country's north-central region on Wednesday evening. Acting President Delcy Rodriguez said at least 164 people were killed and 971 others injured. The twin earthquakes, measuring magnitudes 7.2 and 7.5, struck just 1 minute apart near the coastal state of La Guaira. Search and rescue teams continue to work in Caracas and La Guaira, where dozens of buildings, including a 10-story hotel, collapsed. International assistance is now arriving, with the United States deploying specialist response teams, while Switzerland, the Netherlands, and other countries have also committed rescue personnel and emergency medical supplies. Authorities are also dealing with widespread power and communications outages across the capital. Residents have been urged to stay away from damaged buildings as aftershocks continue. Still on the regional scene, Guyana's Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandlal has rejected claims that the government's consultations on social media regulation are aimed at censoring Facebook or limiting freedom of expression. Speaking during his weekly Issues in the News program, Nandlal said governments around the world regulate activities on digital platforms and that Guyana is seeking to establish a formal working relationship with companies such as Facebook. He noted that the Guyana police force already works with social media platforms during criminal investigations and said the courts have also used those channels to serve legal documents. The Attorney General said the consultations are not politically motivated but are intended to better protect children from harmful online content and improve the safety of minors in the digital space. He said the initiative forms part of a broader national effort to promote online safety while preserving freedom of expression and responsible use of social media. Internationally, President Donald Trump has postponed the signing of a bipartisan housing bill just hours before a ceremony was scheduled to take place at the U.S. Capitol. The legislation, known as the 21st Century Road to Housing Act, had already passed both houses of Congress with strong bipartisan support. Trump said he would not sign the bill until Congress passed the Save America Act, which would require stricter voter identification and proof of citizenship. The housing bill includes more than 40 measures aimed at expanding the nation's housing supply, reducing regulatory barriers, and encouraging new infrastructure development. It would also limit the purchase of single-family homes by large institutional investors as lawmakers seek to address an estimated shortage of 4 million homes. The president argued that lower interest rates rather than new legislation are the most effective way to improve housing affordability. Congressional leaders said they were surprised by the decision, but noted that the bill could still become a law after 10 days if the president takes no further action. An investigation has uncovered serious failings at 2 NHS hospital mortuaries in England, where 8 bodies were found in an advanced state of decomposition after refrigerated storage space ran out. An unannounced inspection by the Human Tissue Authority found 3 critical and 6 major regulatory breaches at the Queen's Medical Centre and City Hospital in Nottingham. Inspectors also warned that inadequate identity checks created a risk that the wrong bodies could be released to funeral directors. The findings come as police continue their investigation into mortuary practices. 2 men have been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office and released on bail. Nottingham University Hospital's chief executive, Anthony May, has accepted responsibility for the failings and says an independent review of the trust's mortuary services is underway. And now for the weather. Today's weather, partly sunny and hazy conditions are expected across St. Kitts and Nevis as a high-pressure ridge continues to limit shower activity. Tonight, there's a moderate chance of a brief passing shower as shallow patches of moisture move across the area. Today's high is expected to reach 33 degrees Celsius with an overnight low of 25 degrees. Winds will be from the east at 19 to 33 kilometers per hour, becoming lighter overnight. Seas will range from 1.2 to 1.8 meters or 4 to 6 feet. Sunset today is expected at 6:48 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow is at 5:39 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jason Davis.